All right. Here we go. Boom, boom. I kicked the cord on the first round. All right. Excuse the delay. I kicked the cord, knocked the power off. But let's overcome it. Vital Shift. October. No, not October. November 8th, 2022. All right. Excited to be on for another Vital Shift. This is coming off of a big weekend ourselves, and great conference. Took the team. Just a lot of great mission and vision in prepping for 2023. And there's so many different avenues we can go down prepping for 2023 that we're going to make this kind of a series running out throughout the end of the year. So with that being said, tonight we're just going to kind of set the foundation of things as we head into resolution season. And this was super fun last year. We're going to do it again this year. I think we're going to launch a resolution challenge, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of engagement. We want to do it again this year. If you were interested in a resolution challenge for 2023 in preparation for the resolutions of 2023, let us know. If you'd be interested in that, we'd love to launch that again. We're going to launch it again. Let us know if there's some things that we can cover, some things that you want us to prep for that 2023 season of resolutions. We'd be happy to do it. We've got a great team, very inspired to do so, but that's really foundation number one is we turn into a season of resolutions, and it's something that needs to start more now as we prep to do that, because a lot of us want to start to lay down a little bit now, start to put the brakes on or downshift a little bit as we prepare for things like Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever holidays it is that you are planning for. There are soccer tournaments down in Florida over New Year's. There is, basketball tournaments during that time as well. And we all start to slow down a little bit, really, around the holidays. What I want to inspire everybody to do right now is really prepping for 2023. Stay on the gas a little bit here. Start to think about those resolutions now and some of those things that you can do and start to stay in it, or at least stay consistent with going forward. If you're working out, continue that, or even start. If there's some simple changes you can make now ahead of 2023, you are literally going to be ahead of the game. The last couple of years have been an obstacle more than a road bump. There's been a lot of ups and downs and turmoil, hate, scarcity, just a lot going on in the past couple of years, that this is the time to really start to think, and even today was a voting day, is really a great opportunity to start to turn things around and really set the stage for the years to come. What has happened is in the past. It's a part of our past. It's something to recognize, but it should also be very much something that fuels the future. And with that should be a lot of empowerment and a lot of even selfishness on how you can start to affect that change. Start with you. That would have been cool in 2022. Start with you in 2022. But in 2023, make it about me. But I want you guys to start now, because you can get so far ahead of the game and figure out what it is. And I think the past couple of years have taken a lot of wind out of our sails of what we may have been trying to achieve, what we were searching for, looking for, the momentum. A lot of us had a lot of momentum. A lot of us kept a lot of momentum through the COVID season. And it's a time right now for those who didn't keep momentum through it to let that be the past and look out the windshield and get into the future. Get back to some of those things that maybe you put on the back burner. Get out of that mindset of, oh, if that would have never happened, I had so much momentum, and now it's all gone and I'll never get that back. And a little bit of that victim mindset. Let's just call that what it is. A little bit of that victim mindset. But there's a lot of uncertainty too, in a lot of things that had changed for a lot of people where they're doing things new. But let's get that fire back going into 2023. Start thinking of people who can help you, what it is you're shooting for, who can help you, what are some of the obstacles you have. Start to define things here in November in preparation for 2023. That is something that I am doing. The past couple years in my life, my family's life, my business's life, did not go according to plan. I'll be real honest. However, I'm not the only one. You're not the only one if you're in the same boat. Now, if you have been on the opposite side and you've continued to grow and be abundantly blessed, and I have still continued to grow and be abundantly blessed, but look for people and be open to helping people who want the help. And if you need help, ask for it. But start to prep that mindset for 2023 and define, what are the things that I need help with? What do I need help with? What resources am I looking for? Who can help me either find the resources or help me with the thing that I'm having trouble with? Start thinking about those things now. Who can I partner with? Who of my friends might have the same mission, same resolution, same goals going into 2023 that I can start talking to now and really start to prep kind of that accountability group. If it's one person, if it's 11 people, it doesn't matter, but start to think about that now. Here's what happens. I don't know if anybody else says this. This is just coming off the top for me. But here's what I believe happens going into 2023 when we are most of us are fired up about, man, this is new change. This is blank slate, new year, start now. And I think what happens is there is a lack of preparation. And what happens is people, including myself, and I've done this, I still do this, but people get past those first couple weeks of the year and they start off hard and they shoot out of the gate. And we all know the statistic, by February, like 80 or 90% of the people are no longer on their resolution. And I think that's because they do not have the support or the planning, the preparation, the accountability, the camaraderie planned out, ready to go, forging together January 1. I don't care who you are or who has said they have done it. Nobody has done it alone. Nobody. The people who have done it best, I very, very much believe that they have prepared going into the resolution. I bet if we can think back, or we can think of somebody who succeeded last year, years prior. Oh, I have this friend like 10 years ago. They totally nailed it. I can almost guarantee you, bet the farm, that they had preparation before January that was pivotal in helping them be successful in that journey for that resolution. So do that now. Let's all do that now. There's things that I'm already doing now. I've never done this before. This year, especially on the wake of this past weekend when we were in Miami with our team at Black Diamond Club Conference, and it was so great and just mind melting in a lot of ways that I, for the first time, am literally prepping for 2023 in what I believe to be correctly and not waiting until January 1. So, student athletes, parents, grandparents, business owners, whomever you might be, whatever your goal is, whether it's business or personal, start now. Identify what the obstacles are. Who do you believe can help you? And what other resources could you need? And who of those people might have ties to those resources? Bring that accountability group. I think that's going to be pivotal in the success, and hopefully we can all take action in that. Defining those goals would be next. After defining, kind of what the problem is, what have you lost, what have been the obstacles, and then super niching down the goals to this is what I want to achieve. This is the goal. And then set bite-sized goals too. And once you figure out the goals and you start that accountability, bring somebody along with you. And maybe that somebody, you guys don't have to have, you can have the same goal or same end result or same genre of goals. I want to work out and I want to tone up. And you might work out with somebody who wants to lose weight. That's okay. Do that. But talk about specifically and speak those to each other. Identify the obstacles. What is the goal? Get the camaraderie around you. But talk to those people and really break down the goals. By the first month, I want to be here. By the second month, I want to be here. You have at least commit to 90 days and figure out that first quarter of next year, but talk about it together and speak it to each other. Here's my goals. What are yours? What are your goals? Here are mine. However you have to start that conversation, do it. Because when you speak it, write it down together, camaraderie, there's a bond. You spoke it to somebody. They know you said it. You are more likely to hold yourself accountable as we start to prep for 2023. Now, this is all, again, and I've said it over and over already, this is in preparation of 2023. If you have student athletes, this is an area I'm starting to speak on more. If you have student athletes, get them to do the same thing. This is a very, very fun time for them. This is not a time to be like, look, not a lot of people make it. If you want to do it, you need to set your resolutions right, and this year needs to be different. No, don't go that route. And this can apply to not just student athletes. You can probably apply this to any genre. But I'm going to go to student athletes. If you have student athletes, make them do something similar. Make them speak the goals. What are you trying to do? Oh, I don't know. That's dumb. I don't want to talk. No, you're going to talk about it and get them to at least think about it. A lot of kids, especially as they get older, they want a little bit of resistance. They got some testosterone and some estrogen flow, and it can be difficult to get through. Or you can make it fun. Figure out how to make it fun. Take those student athletes and get them to start thinking about the same thing and building people and building around them a small circle that has the same goals, outlooks, or even people around them that can push them. Even, getting them maybe to reach out to some of the players on the team that maybe they're not so in with or not as typically a part of the circle. If you have a younger athlete that might be, in the JV realm, freshman JV realm, practice squad realm, whatever it might be, that's not where they want to be. And everybody wants to be varsity. Everybody wants to be a star. Everybody wants to have a chance in the limelight. And if you're not there, reaching out to somebody on the team who is there, bring them into the circle too. Bring them and, encourage them to bring them into their circle and how maybe they can help hold them accountable. There's so much, if we can start to teach kids in general, but if we can start to get them to start to think this way as well, going into 2023, 10 years from now, student athletes now, you're talking 14 high school student athletes, 14 to 18, 10 years from now, they're still only 24. This is the most pivotal time for them. And to start thinking about this, because it's going to ingrain that into them going forward. Whether they keep it up is up to them, but they're going to have it somewhere in their mind. Like, man, I remember when I did that, I should probably do it again. It can set a precedent into their 20s, prepping for their 30s, for the success in their 40s, if they just start that now. And this is, again, all prepping for 2023. It's about building the accountability, building the group around you in preparation for whatever it is, the resolution that you want to achieve or start to push towards, the goals you want to start to push towards in 2023. Start now. Yourself, your kids, other friends, family, loved ones, do it now. Again, we can pull up a bunch of statistics on this. It is, first 30 days, these end. So let's just do it differently. Let's brainstorm this. If you're seeing this, I'll check the comments, now, later on. What are some of the ideas that you have as far as prepping for 2023? Do you think it's a good idea to start prepping now for 2023? Is this making sense? It's something that we are going to do personally and professionally. My wife, Erica, and I are going to do this together and start prepping for 2023 for our family and our personal goals, lifestyle, finances, paying off bills, houses, everything like that. We are going to talk about that. Vital Performance will also be discussing that going forward and prepping for 2023. There are some things that I'm going to track on the heels of these past 2 years. We have not really done this very well over the past 2 years. Had we have done this, I guarantee it would look a lot differently, but we're going to start now. Rearview mirror is a learning process, but it's back there, and we're looking at the windshield now. And we have people in our corner, like Sean Dill, like Lacey Book, and a lot of other great friends. It's just astounding who we have around us that we're going to start to bring around us to push and prep for 2023 now. If there's resources that you need or things that you want to learn about, like, feel free to ask, whether it's us, ask here, do you have, or do you know? If we don't, we'll tell you we don't, or we'll find it for you. We'll give you some options, whatever it might be. Find a group you can bring around you that's going to push you in 2023. Do not go at this alone. Don't. Just don't. And what I mean by alone is even you and your spouse. Consider you a one. Do not do it together alone. Be vulnerable. Be vulnerable now before the rush and the pressure of January 1st comes and 2023 comes, and whatever projections and interest rate hikes and things come. Do it now and start to think of who can you bring around you that's going to help you prep for 2023. It's not for everybody. That's okay. Not everybody should be in your circle. I would vet accordingly and really make sure that they're on par. The neighbors that you do game night with every Friday that you have such a good relationship might not have the same goals. Don't just let them in because they're convenient. It's kind of like we hear this all the time. It's kind of like going to a conference and sitting next to all the same people all the time, and there's a room full of 300 people, and then you continue to just see the same 6 people all the time, and you don't know anybody else. Don't do that. And especially if they're not on the same par as you. So let's start to think about that a little differently and prep for 2023 accordingly. Preparation, what is it? Preparation prevents piss poor performance. One of the smartest things I heard somebody say, preparation prevents piss poor performance. Don't get caught off guard 2023 and be under pressure. So pressure does make diamonds. Going off on a tangent, pressure does make diamonds, but put yourself under proper pressure. Proper preparation and pressure prevents piss poor performance. So that's going to be more of a conversation going forward. More to come as far as I'll start to throw in some statistics, get some feedback, and get some topics rolling as far as engagement on how we can start to speak on this and really cater to you for prepping for 2023. But this is going to be a consistent conversation going forward as we start to close out 2022. Now, I'll put this at the end. There are a lot of people, especially in our community and really around the world, around the nation, around the world, that are starting to look at a lot of things differently. This should be one of them. Now, also, too, there's going to be a big push in different areas as far as health and health care are concerned. I'm going to leave that very broad at that. But I would encourage you to start to look at a lifestyle that you would prefer to live from a healthcare standpoint and really figure out what are the obstacles, what are the resources you have or need, or what are some things that you want to know more about that you hear as far as a lifestyle and a wellness perspective that is away from more of the status quo, we'll say, because I don't want to say mainstream. That's away from the status quo. I urge you. We have had so many people in the last few weeks that have asked us more about in-depth, what else can I do? What else do you provide? What else can I prep for? How else can I do this better? And I would encourage everybody to start to think about that. And I know the lifestyle that, yes, we unapologetically would like to push. We want you to make that decision. So I will tell you unapologetically, there's a difference between chiropractic care and a chiropractic lifestyle. We are a chiropractic care office first, that is willing to take you along the journey of a chiropractic lifestyle. And for a lot of people who think that this is a pain-based profession and a symptom-based outlook and goal setting, it's not. Chiropractic care can be that, but I would encourage everybody to look into what is a chiropractic lifestyle. So after an unshameless plug like that, at the end of the day, you can forget all that if you want, but please, for generations to come, for yourself, the quality of life that you want, need, and deserve, the vital performance that it takes for you to have the quality of life that you want, need, and deserve, and for you to set the precedent for the generations underneath you, whether it's your kids, maybe you don't have kids, but the generation underneath you, the people that you have an impact on, start to think. Just think. I'm just going to put this question in your head. What do I want my health care lifestyle to look like? Do I want more or less medications? Do I want more or less sick days? Do I want more or less vital performance? Do I want more or less random injuries or surgeries? Do I want more? Start to think about those questions. I will tell you, a lot of times I ask people, who in this room, when I speak, who in this room wants more or less, or who in this room wants more opportunity for medications or surgery? Nobody ever raises their hand. So start to think of what is a critical care lifestyle and when is that necessary, because we have the best critical health care. But what do you want you and your family's health lifestyle to look like? And why does that matter? What does that give you? What do you not want to be torn away from you, out of your hands, out of your life, because your health is the variable and is the vulnerable variable. So we'll end it with that tonight. Prep for 2023. What are the obstacles? Define the obstacles and the goals that maybe you've left behind, and define the obstacles for them. What are the resources? Who can help you find those resources, or who can help you directly in that prep for 2023? Get your kids, other family members and friends to do this with you. Keep the circle small and ask yourself one question. Outside of that, what do you want your health lifestyle to look like going forward in 2023? All right. Close it out there. We'll do a little different variation next time. Dive into some more specifics. If there's anything that you want to cover specifically, let me know. If I don't know it, I'll figure it out, or I'll say, nope. But chances are, I love speaking off the fly, and I'll figure out, bring some statistics, bring some opportunities, bring some engagement, and opportunities for engagement to speak to what it is that you may want to hear as we continue the closeout of the year on the Vital Shift with the preparation of 2023. Love and appreciate you guys. Have a great Tuesday evening. See ya.